Yo, what's up, guys? Joker bringing you another video, and I'm gonna need you to hear me out on this one. So, we are on Diablo 4's page. Why? Well, season 4 starts tomorrow. I haven't played D4 since the last video on the channel, so I don't even remember when that was, how many ever months ago that was. That was the last time that I played D4. Like right now, I don't even have the BattleNet installer downloaded, right? I'm going to have to re-download this all. But everything that they've done up until this point, and including the changes made in C4, is doing the worst possible thing. It's giving me hope, right? It sounds like D4 might actually finally be in a position of a playable ARPG. And I'm happy, right? Because that means that I have Last Epoch, Torchlight, PoE, and potentially D4. That almost gives me like a full year rotation because all of their leagues are offset, right? So that pretty much gives me like a full year rotation of games that I can play if D4 is up to par, right? Because as of right now, there are certain points when I've already done everything in the Torchlight season. I've already done everything I want to do in Last Epoch. I've already done everything that I'm doing for the PoE League. So I usually just have to wait a month or two. But if D4 comes out and it's actually good, it fills that spot for me. So, yay, that's cool. But what do I mean? In case you haven't been following, they've done a shit ton. I would say come to the page and watch the video is going to be better than I can explain it. But to summarize it, they got rid of all of the shitty affixes, right? Like you no longer can do increased damage on a Tuesday while it rains. Modifiers like that have been removed, and from what it sounds like, oh, I can't even make these pictures bigger, dude. Are you serious? Here, we'll manually zoom in. Fuck. Okay, come on, Blizzard. I was just praising you. All of the modifiers, right, seem to be actual modifiers, things that are going to be useful. So it's not like you do extra damage on Tuesday when it's raining. It's just you do increased cold damage, right? And in the video, it showed an example of us being able to craft that directly onto a weapon. And what seems like a mixture of Last Epoch crafting and kind of harvest, which I know is fucking weird to say, but the way that um it looks a lot like the harvest roll where you slam an item, right? When you reforge including a cold modifier, it reforges a cold modifier. It seems like that, but with just torchlight or Last Epoch's crafting system where you'll grab everything tagged cold and slam it onto that within like a tier. So there was like cold damage, and then there was like chance to freeze and shit like that. Let's see if I can find the picture here real quick. There we go. Right? So if we go ahead and go back a little bit, right now he's explaining you go to the blacksmith and you select what you want, right? Frost finesse, cold damage, vulnerable damage, damage to frozen enemies, blizzard damage, ice spike damage, right? So they have like these little tiers that they're going to be into, and I'm assuming you collect these or you unlock them as you level up, or you get them from dungeons or hell tides or something. But that's how the crafting system is going to work. It's pretty much going to be slamming a modifier of that type onto your item. So with that, and you no longer having to have damage on Tuesday type modifiers, I think it's going to have progression of items feel a lot better, right? It's going to feel a lot more natural. So that's really, really dope. I really like those changes. Uh, got rid of the modifiers, the crafting system. Oh, they're getting rid of the codex of power bag. Remember when you only could store like 20 powers? So your stash was like full of codex powers. Apparently, they changed that. And I'm pretty sure they did something with gems. So now your storage isn't going to be 99% codex powers and gems because now there's finally a separate space for those. And then the last thing is going to be greater affixes, right? Greater affixes essentially sounds like elevated mods, right? Um, Elevated mods or T6 and T7 mods in last epoch, right? Whatever of those helps you like visualize it better, where it is going to be specific to an item. So I believe they said when an ancestral unique drops, it has a chance for its modifiers to essentially be exalted, right? And I'm assuming there is going to be some kind of progression rate while you're leveling up or quests you can do to get more of these to drop, I hope, because they said it's really rare, not impossible. And since they originally said that a bit about that set of chase uniques that like one in every 17 billion people would get, yeah. Um, I lost hope in them actually knowing what a balanced drop chance was. So hopefully this is fairly common because it feels like it'll be like last epoch, right? Where once you're in game, you're looking for those exalted modifiers to be on gear for your new bases. And you're able to find upgrades rather easily because it'll just have those super powerful mods on it. That's what I'm hoping these are like. And with the crafting changes and everything, I'm hoping that this is relatively good. They've added more end game. They fixed Helltide from what it sounds like. They added a true end game. Like, so there is hope, right? I have hope here. It's not like what they did with Megan Fox, right? Where they just gave pretty lady money to speak to nerds, right? It's not that. This seems like they actually listened to the community and looked at their game system and actually played some of it, and that's why they're implementing these fixes. So I'm going to re-download the Blizzard client. I'm going to play and I'll let you guys know how it goes. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to stay up to date with this and future content. And until next time, take care.